the market is hoping or expecting that will follow similar patterns to other developed markets. If you remember last September, October, when markets fell from the highs only to recover again as the lockdown or expectations of the lockdown and vaccination started to roll out. And I think, the game is exactly the same that people are expecting in India in the near future. I think the problem for that, or the risk to that, is obviously if the vaccination rollout is slower and it's another quarter that we have to wait. So I think that's what the market's banking on. It's a 1 quarter problem, and then we move to kind of reopening. But I think there's going to be some volatility along the way in that risk that the market's going to be a little bit complacent about at the moment. But on other parts of the economy, again, the market's saying that or hoping that there'll be some government packages for, say, the hotel industry or the airline industry to help them through this process. So therefore, you have lots of sectors around India which have been supported by the government coming out of the next out of this current lockdown into the reopening. So that's what the market's trying to price in, and it's being optimistic in terms of the expectations at the moment.
Andrew, we have seen some divergence, though, if you will, among sectors like we have globally, really. But in India, it's interesting that the small caps have just so far outpaced even what's happening in the benchmark index. So is this still a place you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, the small and mid caps have been on a tear. It must be about 6-7% this month alone. And I think that's all to do with the fact that it's the reopening trade where a lot of these companies are economy facing. So therefore, you're seeing a lot of the action just dip below the large caps to the medium small caps. I think a lot of it's probably priced in at the moment, and I think there'll be a rotation back to large caps if, and it's a big if the vaccination rollout starts to pick up pace. Because obviously the cases are falling, but it's the vaccinations now which I think will be key. So I think the market, again, what I've just said is expectations that the economy will reopen very quickly and that there'll be a resurgence in spending, and that will help those economy-facing stocks in particular. And that's where mid and small caps obviously earn most of their money.